Hey there everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Let's Speedrun The Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening. In the last episode, we took down the 4th dungeon of the game, and in this episode we've got a lot of collecting to do, and then we're going to reach the entrance of the color dungeon. So, let's get started. To start things off, you just want to jump in the water here, come to the left, and here we meet Mambo, child of the sunfish. And we will learn a fairly useful song called Mambo's Mambo. And actually in the any percent this is much more useful, because in the any percent no save and quit, obviously as the title entails, no saving and quitting is not allowed to save time. So Mambo's Mambo is used instead to warp you to various places. And we will use it several times in the 100%, but not as much. So, once we do this, we just save and quit, go back out, and come back to the entrance of the 4th dungeon. That was actually a thing I had no idea about for the longest time. I had no clue that, that you could save and quit to reach the entrance of that dungeon. That was actually a relatively recent discovery, surprisingly enough. Usually you would just swim back to that staircase. So, what we're doing here is we're swimming to the river. A couple of things are going to happen. Let's see, first off, on this screen, we have our little ghost buddy, who is going to accompany us for a little while we do a side quest for him. And if you dive right here, you will get another piece of heart. I think that's the 7th one. Save and quit. Now we're back here. We want to go into the warp and head back to the animal village right here. So what we want to do here first is we want to visit the person in this house right here, because this progresses the trading sequence side quest. We give her the hibiscus, and she will give us a letter to Mr. Wright, who lives in the outside of the mysterious woods. So after that letter, we just head out here, and we want to head down here. Immediately start swimming diagonally. Do that as quickly as possible. Run into this place, 5th dungeon. We'll be back here soon. And now, be careful of this guy. He can kind of troll you with those bombs. And now what we want to do is come right down here, jump over this pit, and here. That is half of the ghost side quest completed. We had to bring him to this house of his, this old house. In the any percent, actually, you skip the 4th dungeon, you get the flippers and leave to enter the 5th dungeon immediately, because if you try to enter the 5th dungeon with this guy, he will not let you. You have to complete the side quest, and that is much slower. So you do the 4th dungeon last, actually, which is a fun little trivia fact. So here we equip our sword, get another secret seashell. I'm gonna do quite a bit of collecting in the next couple of minutes. Gonna get, I think, 3 secret seashells, an expansion upgrade for some of our stuff. So here, secret seashell. So here, this pit is really interesting. The way you do this is you charge up your sword, you jump and spin slash, and you can jump right over that pit, which is kind of nice. Here, now that we have the flippers, we can swim through here and come to this cave. And in this cave, what we want to do is equip the magic powder and Mambo's Mambo. Use the magic powder on this guy, and he will curse you with having to carry more stuff, which is actually really good. So, he will let us carry magic powder. We do not want that. He will let us carry more bombs. We do not want that yet either. What we do want is more arrows. Arrows are really useful, and we're running really low at this point in 100%, and what this does is gives us the ability to carry 60 arrows, which is awesome. So, what I do here is, while he's using this text, I just mash B, use Mambo's Mambo, because this is where we want to go next, is where Mambo's Mambo takes us by default on the overworld, which is right here. So, what we want to have equipped here is we want the power bracelet and the shovel. So, we want to go down here. What we have to do with the ghost side quest next is we have to take him to that grave right over there. So here, he thanks us. He tells us about a jar in his home which will hold a secret seashell, but we will not be going back there. That is not one of the secret seashells that's convenient for us to collect. So here he's telling us to go to the 5th dungeon, blah blah blah. Now if you walk towards the grave, there's a cutscene, and we get another picture. So we just kind of sit through this cutscene, blah blah blah. And he takes a picture of us next to the ghost grave. And when he takes it, oh, look at that. The ghost is right there. So, now what we do next is we pick up this, dig under there, and there we get another secret seashell. Our last secret seashell in this episode. There's one more thing to collect before we move on. And that is actually right here in this cave. That piece of heart right there, what they expect you to do is with the hookshot later in the game, you blow that rock open, you hookshot over there, and you can jump to get that piece of heart. But if you time it nice, if you time it well, you can actually jump right over to it if you just time it out. I use an audio clue. I just kind of listen for, like, I think it's 4, like for the 4th charge, and that's kind of when I time my jump. Like that kind of thing. But anyway, so now what we want to do, jump into this pit, take this staircase, and we are actually in the cemetery. Now, what is nice and hidden by a book in the library, which you don't have to open, or actually no, I don't remember where you find this out, actually. But, basically, if you push down on this gravestone, left on this one, which can be finicky sometimes for whatever reason, up on that one, right, which also can be finicky, and up on this, you reveal the entrance to the color dungeon, which is the next dungeon we will be tackling in the next episode. So until next time, thank you everybody for watching, and I will see you in the next one.